Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to my channel if you feel called to. I'd really appreciate that. I am the Divine Femedian here to do a sort of pathway type of energy check-in, for people that are wondering about, their career paths and are they doing things right or, kind of what's coming up in the future. And tarot sometimes can give us, an idea of our path as far as where we started, where we are now, and where we're going in the future, and then the distant future. So I'm definitely going to pull some tarot later, but I thought, why not start? Because oracle decks can give us a little bit more of like a concrete answer. So I have three piles that you could choose from. So pile number one is Oracle of Visions. Pile number two is Energy Oracle cards. And then pile three is Oracle of the Seven Energies. So take a deep breath, maybe pause the video, concentrate on the cards, which oracle speaks to you, and I will see you at your group. Okay, pile one, thank you for being here. You are the ones that chose the Oracle of Visions Oracle deck. So let's get started. Let's check in with spirit and see if you are on the right path in your career and what you're doing, and get you some advice. Oracle cards are especially good for that. And see where you're going. I have a book that gives me very clear, direct answers from the Oracle deck, because to try to remember all of these cards would be, kind of hard. It would be a lot on top of, memorizing tarot and all of the other stuff. But Oracle decks definitely give us such beautiful guidance because they just have such beautiful words that come up here. This is our first card out. Card number one, that's the Fool in tarot. Starting off on that journey. Wow. Someone wanted to jump out. Second card out, number 25. I'm not sure which one that would be, but if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the Magician. Okay. So let's start here. So, number one. Yeah. Pile number one. Card number one first. The Fool. A new beginning released from the past. You may have a fresh start any moment you choose, for this thing we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down. To move on from failures or simply to expand and explore new horizons, we make choices to leave behind the past. Whether it is in the form of treasured objects of material or symbolic value, relationships, careers, familiar surroundings, or even personal ideas, at some point we may have to discard them like a tree shedding leaves in order to liberate ourselves and allow for future growth. On the floor are three discarded cards, each a Fool for my three tarot decks. From the box, their spirits are released as doves for a new beginning. Ensure that the time is right to move on. Has your present circumstance been truly fulfilled, or is it being abandoned prior to its completion? Okay. So this card is basically asking you a question. So for some of you, you may be thinking, of moving on from a career or moving on from a specific situation, where you started this new journey and you're not exactly sure if it's time for you to move on or not. And that's what this card is asking you. In other words, basically what it's saying, how many times are you going to be the Fool? How many times are you going to start something and not finish it? So, or even if you just didn't start it, maybe if it was just a thought in your mind where, oh, I'm thinking about maybe trying this career or that career or doing this or doing that. It seems like it's like I'm picking up energy of like bouncing back and forth, kind of like, the Two of Pentacles, and I don't know which way to go. I don't know what to do. And it's kind of like you've been forever doing that. And this is like, make a decision as to what you want to do, because yeah, make a decision as to what you want to do. Okay, so this is just asking you to take a look before you leap. That's the energy that I'm getting. Even though the Fool doesn't look before they leap, you in the real world, take a look before you leap. Okay. So let's move on to card number 25. This very mystical and magical looking man over here. Spirit, take me to page 25, please. Thank you, Spirit. Misleading, illusion, and confusion. Do not be misled. That's what I just said. Look before you leap. Do not be misled by what you see around you or be influenced by what you see. You live in a world which is a playground of illusion, full of false paths, false values, and false ideals. But you are not part of that world. What we experience and how we interpret is often indirect and from a distance. Physical interaction that would normally have provided all of our senses an opportunity for feedback and assessment is now increasingly being replaced by virtual alternatives. From email and texting to social networking, our relationships are becoming increasingly defined by virtual interaction that can distort and substitute reality. We can now create multiple new identities. How we go about quantifying people and events is now increasingly based on new paradigms that can provide a false perspective both for viewed and viewer alike. Okay. So this card is basically saying that it's connected to this one in such a way that we often look upon through other people's windows of their homes and see how they're doing their career or how they're doing something in their life, because this is about career. And we often think that they're doing better than us. But this card is asking you to take a step back and realize that not everything that you see is real. People create all different types of identities all the time. But if you really truly knew who they were, you would realize that you're looking at an illusion. It's just an illusion to attract people, to make people think one way as opposed to not. How can I put this? Okay, so what I'm going to say is, instead of looking to other people for direction and advice, like other people that you deem to be successful, and going to them and asking them for advice, because that could lead you down a false path or a false illusion. Like it said about, you live in a world which is a playground of illusion, full of false paths, false values, and false ideals. Right. So you have to really, this is why the Fool's asking you, make sure that this is really the move that you want to make. But this card is asking you to be authentic when you do it. Don't go to people who you think, of course, we all have to have mentors. Of course, we all have to have people that have led the way. But is that the right path for you to take? You can look and see what they did and see, well, how did this person get from A to B? But your roadmap and your path is already within you. You were born with it. You were. So you don't need to look through other people's windows and see how they're creating their magic and their illusions in the world. You don't. That's what this card is asking you not to do. Don't get the feeling that you're not doing good enough in your life because you see someone else being successful in something that you want to do or think that you want to do. Okay. Let's see what our beautiful lady in red over here has to say. She kind of looks like that actress from that 70s show. What is her name? Mila Kunis? She looks exactly like her. Wow. Spirit, take me to 27, please. Do it yourself. Okay. Again, here we go. Attraction. I can't make this up. Attraction, magnetism, and infatuation. For every man, there exists a bait which he cannot resist swallowing. This card portrays a seductive and alluring femme fatale. At some point, we have all met her in some guise or gender, possibly not even in a human form, but as a situation, a place, or an invitation to act. We are attracted, interestingly, irresistibly, I'm sorry. We are attracted irresistibly like moths to a flame. We may even be cognitive of how ill advised it would be to fall for her charms. Ironically, that suspicion of danger may even add to her allure like some complimentary adornment. In casting caution to the winds, we are driven and motivated. I'm sorry. And casting caution to the winds, we are driven and motivated. But attraction alone can be shallow, a temporary infatuation with little substance. Such an emotion only lacks duration, but along with brevity, it is also fraught with danger and repercussions. But despite it all, we cannot entirely reject her. We look once more, and yes, she is still there, still alluring, still beckoning. Okay. So I feel like this card, obviously it speaks of temptation. Okay, it's because it connects with this. It's tempted to look at what we know that we shouldn't do. It's tempted to look at other people and be and admire them for certain things. Maybe there's a certain person that you watched that you were very admiring of, and you love their lifestyle and you wish that you could have that. You know, we have all these reality TV shows with all of these people living these ideal lives and doing all of these things while we're like basically stuck, shopping in Target, and they're out there spending, $100,000 on a pocketbook like it's nothing, you know. So, in other words, it's just saying don't fall for the charms of people who come down from false paths, and everything's smoke and mirrors and illusions. That's basically what this card is saying. And this is also about offers too, because we're dealing with careers here. This is about offers too. If something seems too good to be true and it doesn't feel right to you, then don't do it. I mean, there's a lot of different tempting choices out there. And it seems like all of these opportunities just keep popping up in our face all the time. An ad to go to this school, an ad to take this, become certified in this in 2 seconds for $27. All of the stuff. You have to remember that all of these things come from people who had dreams like you. And now they want you to pay them for their dreams. Is that being authentic? No, it's not. So be careful with that. So let's get some more. So this is basically, what's going on right now. We're going to get the bridging energy. It's going to bring us into the future of what's going on. So this is like my warning row. This is like the warning and overall of that. Okay. Good morning, Yin Yang. How are you? My cat's here. One of these days I'll pick him up and I'll show you. But if I picked him up and put him in front of the camera, he would be like crazy. It would definitely not be a Lion King, Simba being held over the collective jungle of animals moment. It would not. The jungle would be his paws kicking at the camera. But my cat's name's Yin Yang, and he is definitely rightfully named correctly. This one jumped right out. This beautiful swan over here. Beautiful. Don't even think about jumping on the table because that's not happening. You know better. Go eat your breakfast. Why is there light is very bright. Turn it away a little bit. There's that one. Light is extremely bright. I'm sorry. I have to fix this. Hold on. This way you guys can see the cards. Was that a help or a hindrance? Oh, definitely helps. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's your other one. Okay, let's get back to one more. For our bridging energy, it's going to take us to the future. Ooh, let me have this. All right, so let's start with number 44. See what she has to say, our beautiful swan. Thank you for taking me there quickly, Spirit. Okay. Unison, common goals, shared values, at one with others. It is probably not love that makes the world go around, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. That's by Fred Allen. You can look him up, maybe, see what else he has to say. Maybe that's spirit saying, hey, listen, this is somebody that you should read or pay attention to. His name is Fred Allen, Allen. So look him up because he said that quote. This card shows us a sense of belonging. We are at one with our surroundings and our relationships with others. We can move together with a common direction and purpose. Our presence is accepted and welcome. A young girl glides effortlessly through a gated lake in the companionship of a group of swans. Their speed and direction in unison, they become of one mind. They symbolize finding new friends or a group who share similar ideas. This is a strong affirmity with other like-minded souls. Be wary of becoming just one of many. At some point, their actions, their direction, and their pace may not be yours. Where they are leading may not be the best path for you. Okay, so this card, when I look at this and what I'm feeling here, um, it's about like a sense of belonging and putting yourself into a group of people that are like-minded to you, like the message just said. But it's also saying, be careful where you're going, because this is coming out underneath the Fool card. Don't get so lost in the mix that you lose your direction and you just kind of going with the flow. And then before you know it, you're either going down the drain and starting that cycle again, and you're not really getting anywhere. You really need to just kind of go with the flow, get the information that you need to get. So as far as like career goes, there's lots of different groups out there now. There's lots of different, meetups. There's lots of different opportunities for you to actually get to know the people that, work in your field, or that have been, or experts, people who wrote books, whatever it is. There's a group for everything now. So no matter what type of career you're looking to get into or whatever you're looking to do, find some of those people, find a good group that you feel like you can mesh with, get your information, and then figure out what you're going to do from there. Don't just, in other words, this card saying, don't just stay in one place hoping that you're going to rise above, that you're just going to kind of just rise above everybody else, especially if you're just going with the flow. Go in, get your information, and get out, basically. Because you have to wonder also, if you're in a flock of people, okay, and they've been there for a long time and they've been doing it for a long time, and they're not as, they haven't reached the highest level. I mean, everybody has their highest level, but some people will find themselves in a group and just stay there forever and never excel, never rise above, never reach their fullest potential of what they can do. I feel as if most people have more than one goal in life that they want to achieve. It's kind of like, okay, you became a teacher, but did you want to become a professor? You became a cop, but did you want to become a detective, a sergeant, a lieutenant? What are your goals? Somebody who has big goals and big dreams can't stay within a flock that looks exactly alike. She's not even floating, she's walking. Even though the card says, she blends right in. Does she really? No. She does, in a sense, but not really. All right, let's move on to 43. Wow, okay, pay attention to these numbers, because we got 44, 43, and 34. Lots of threes and fours here. So pay attention to that. Obsession, delusion, and self interest. Nature never deceives. It is we who deceive ourselves. A stream of light penetrates a darkened room, revealing a solitary figure. Like Miss Havisham? Yeah, I think it's Havisham from Great Expectation. She sits in a world of her own isolation. Her reflections are her only companions. She preens herself yet again, reassuring herself with false truths. The mirrors do not lie, but her obsession does, her indulging her only with the images that she wants to see. Her excesses represent an ever increasing desire to create an ideal that is never achieved or in reality is not even required. We should look in the mirror and see our true reflection as others would see us and strip away the psychological makeup of ego and vanity. Okay, so this definitely relates to this card. Okay. When I look at this and the feeling that I get, it's of somebody who is dying for acceptance and kind of, looking, not because there's windows here, like kind of looking to the outside world for acceptance, wanting to look the part, wanting to dress the part, talk the talk, walk the walk, all of that, but without stopping to consider how other people see you. Are you, you know, practiced enough to step into whatever field or career that you want to really pull this off, in other words? But I feel like this is more your thoughts. Do i do i fit this role? Do I fit this part? That's what I'm getting when I look at this, even though the advice is different. um and I know this also is because this is coming out underneath this like magician type illusion card here also. So I also feel like this speaks to the way people portray themselves on social media. Like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, putting things out there and not really stopping to consider how other people see it, how other people take it. So in other words, if you're a person that's, typing, oh, I hate my job, or, oh, I really love this, or I really love that, people may see something different. And you kind of wonder about that. Like, how do people see me? Because it's very interesting to, it's very, lonely life to be alone, in a room projecting, these personalities out there, and, doing, other things with pictures and everything, but, and you're sharing this with the world, but yet you're sitting in the room and you're alone. Hmm. Let's put that down. Let's see what the next card says. Okay, here we go. So I really feel like there's a lot of energy here of self-reflection before we get to breaking free, chasing a dream. A horse is the projection of people's dreams about themselves. Strong, powerful, beautiful. It has the capability of giving us escape from our mundane existence. And that was written by Pam Brown. Mundane existence. Right. Everything is so exciting. Everything is so wonderful, awesome. Had such a great time. I love this. I love that. But is it really? Finally breaking free, a real horse embodying a true inner spirit escapes from the carnival shell, which represented his existence up to this point. The constant repetition finally ends as he soars through his glass confinement. His escape and transformation is witnessed with awe and incredulity, but also with envy, but those he leaves behind. This card represents the numbing routine of daily life. For example, the mindless repetition of the morning commute. What might be comforting familiarity to some can become claustrophobic, choking of our inner spirit. We occasionally escape through dreams of what might be, but at some point we may act upon them to the amusement of others. Right. So this card speaks to um, this is what's coming out, the temptations coming out underneath the temptation card there, right? That temptress over there. So I feel like this card is telling you, you know, if you have the desire and the dream to, to break free, are you doing it for yourself? Or do you have that desire to do that because there's other people that are envious that are watching? So let's say you're in a job that you can't stand and none of you can stand this job, or you're doing something creatively or whatever it is. And it's, the projects of, oh, I could do this so much better. Or, oh, I could do that. Are you this, because this horse is actually really still there. His spirit is breaking out, but he's not. He's still in this, and his spirit broke out, to get out and to run wild and free so that everybody's envious. Are you making the decisions for your career or whatever for whatever it is that you want to do? Are you making this decision because you truly want to break free and you want to get out there? Or are you just doing it because you want to make these people who are watching and who are envious jealous? The envy of other people, like, wow, this person got out, this person made it, they really did something. These cards are asking you to question your motivations as to why you want to make a decision to move on to something. Why do you want to choose to walk down this path of whatever it is you choose to do? That's what they're asking. That's what they're all asking. And that's not a negative thing, because it's not and don't take it as like negative or criticism or anything like that. Don't take it like that. It's just, I think that a lot of people, they don't look before they leap, and they kind of jump into things, you know, without really thinking about where they're going to land, or what they're going to do, without really thoroughly, researching something. All right, so let's get the future of this. What's the outcome here, Spirit? What is some final advice that we have? Oh yeah. I think I know the meaning of that card. But I want to make sure that it's accurate. Again, 40, 46. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Spirit, take me to 46, please. Thank you. Okay. So this card is connections, putting the pieces together, coming to conclusions, right? To the question of your life, you are the answer. And to the problems of your life, you are the solution. Like I said from the start, okay? The Fool card. You have the inner intuition to know if something is right for you or it's not. A young woman sits on a bridge, a physical and metaphysical connecting point between here and there. Her identity is initially concealed, not only to us, but also to herself. She is, in essence, finding her true self. She reaches out to gather pieces of a puzzle, and with each one finds clues and discovers more about herself. Each of us attempts to make sense of our place as we search for connections and relationships with others. Gradually, despite failures and experimentation along the way, an image starts to take form. Increasing clarity manifests itself from the initial confusion. The process is self reinforcing and often becomes easier and accelerates as more pieces are added, each finding their corresponding place. Eventually, a point is reached where everything comes into focus and starts to make sense. Right. I like my camera. So, when you put the pieces together of everything that you want to do in life, and not just in life, in your career, but the pieces together, these cards are asking you, put the pieces together of who you are first, so that you know your identity, so that you're not putting out false illusions, so that you're not, leading people who are maybe looking at you down the wrong path. Okay? Where you don't have to be that person that people are looking at like, well, she presented herself this way, and then, or he or she presented themselves this way, and now there's something else, and now, well, what, and then they're not trusting, what you did. Not that other people's opinions matters, but that could end up, spilling over into your life too. You know, the pieces are going to come together. The confusion's going to clear. And that comes from, intuition also. All right. 40. Spirit, take me to 40, please. Thank you. Time life. Time is a figure eight. It is the center city of deja vu. Time, the ultimate thief, gradually takes from us and never gives back. A hooded priestess. This is okay. This is the priestess. This is what the intuition I was talking about earlier. A hooded priestess holds out her hand, offering us a lifetime in the form of an hourglass. Its shape suggests its silical nature. Is that silicone? Wow. Don't mind me. That we might simply rotate and start afresh. In smaller issues, that may be true, and indeed we often sense repetition, but in the larger sense, the hourglass is simply an illusion. In truth, such perceived patterns are merely detours along our journey. Here we see that the golden sand does not merely fall to be recollected, but escapes, and eventually the glass will be empty. Time is a commodity that is never really ours, but merely something we have use of for a given period. The only way to ensure the balance in our favor is for us to use our allotted time fully before it takes from us. Live every day, hour, and minute to its fullest. Right. Oftentimes, when we're setting out into in life, in a career, and all of that, right? We think we're not going to have enough time. Oh, I have to quickly make a decision. Oh, I have to quickly do this. Oh, I have to quickly do that. It's an illusion, right? Time's going by anyway. Time's going by. So make the most of it, is what this is saying. Live to the fullest. Don't be so worried. Don't be, and this is right underneath all of this, these two cards here, what they mean, right? Live life to the fullest. Don't worry about what other people's lives are doing or what they're doing. The illusions that people put out there. Live your life. Use your time how you want to do it instead of looking at what other people are doing. You're wasting your time looking at what other people are doing instead of living your life and doing it and putting the pieces together for your true self, for your puzzle. Time is a gift. Don't waste it. Oh, this weird devil looking man. Spirit, take me to 29, please. Let's see what's up. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's temptation. Look at all this. Envy, temptation. Wow, shit. I'm telling you can't write this. My cards are good. Temptation resisting willpower. There is a charm about the forbidden that makes it unspeakably desirable. That was written by Mark Twain. What is it about that ingredient called forbidden that whets the appetite? From the innocent indulgence of one more piece of chocolate to more significant forbidden fruits of social behavior, we are often tempted. We indulge even at the risk of our health, our relationship with others, and our general well being. Our ability to see through the illusion, to weigh the consequences, and resist the temptation is a measure of our personal willpower, character, and strength. To succumb or to resist will be a choice that defines us. A horn jester pulls apart the curtains, revealing an apple and serpent, symbols from temptation and original sin. A Salem-style performance manifests as a vision from a flaming cauldron. As we come to understand our weaknesses and the reasons for them, they lose their power to control us. The devil becomes simply a man in a silly hat. Right. So, this card speaks about no one's higher than you. No one is controlling you. You may feel as if someone's controlling you. When you go outside of yourself and you look for these people that have walked down the paths that you want to take. This is a human being. human just like you know, who has time also running out for them, who may or may not have put together the pieces of their own life because they were living in an illusion and often indulge and succumb to temptation, right? So when we take all of this off the table, including this, okay, when we take all of this off the table, because to me now this card speaks as if somebody dressing up to be somebody that they're not. What do we have left? We have the Fool, right? We have going and finding a place where you can fit in for a little while until your spirit can break free, but for the right reasons, right? That's what we have here. Maybe tempting to look and to, you know, to be controlled by all of that. By I'm running out of time, I need to make a decision quickly. I'm not going to look before I leap. You know, to put on a mask to present yourself to the world. Oh, I'm this now because this person said I can. And letting them control everything that you do instead of being free here, like this beautiful horse here, free, jumping out, right? Getting away. Who cares if they envy? Who cares? They'll get out eventually. They have legs. They can get up and walk. The horse has got to kick himself out of a glass bulb. That's another thing that this card's telling you. Look at how hard it is for you to break free out of this glass bulb and to get out. And these two that are looking down here on the floor, these two dolls, they have legs. They can get up and walk away. But they don't. Don't be envious or be controlled by people who have the power to walk away and to change their life and to do better. That speaks for a lot. You know, sometimes we find ourselves in jobs and situations, you know, where we're dealing with people that, you know, oh, I hate this place, I hate this place, I hate this place, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. But yet they've been there for 30 years. What does that tell you? That's a swan you swim past. All right. Let's pull some tarot. See where we're going. See what tarot has to say about this. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the past, the present, and the future. For career, for my peeps that are watching. Man, that was intense. That was intense. That was a little intense. But I like it. Yeah, here we go. We got the Magician. We got the number 1 again. You can't make this up. The Magician talks about manifesting. Manifesting your dreams, what you want, your goals. So if this is in the past position, this was just a dream, thinking about it. Putting the thought out there. Let's see if it's coming. 5 of Pentacles. So you might be thinking, I need to make a decision. I need to manifest something new in my career in life because, you know, I don't want to be, you know, poor. I don't want to be, I mean, that's like the poverty card, but in the reverse position, it's a little bit different. It means a new job. It means new hope, recovery from an illness. So if somebody's sick or something out there, or maybe they got sick from the job they're working. I mean, this country is so nuts right now with this virus, but this means a new job. So whatever you've been manifesting, this new job, new career, whatever path you want to take, yeah. What's the outcome here? Spirit, thank you. Two of Wands. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for whatever you manifested to come in. You're waiting on something. Two of Wands. This job may, may also require some travel. Also, you may have to travel to, a new destination for this job. But this speaks about waiting, so you're waiting for it. So let's get one more card to find out: are we going to get this new job? What's going to happen with that? Strength. Spirit's asking you to be strong in this waiting period for that. But I also know that the Leo card, the Strength card, is a yes card. So you got your answer. So whatever you've been waiting for, or if you're looking for a yes no answer, am I on the right path? After all those other oracle cards, yes, you are, without a doubt. Okay. So, yeah. That was very interesting. I had never done a read like this before, but I do like it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If not everything resonates with you, you're welcome to choose another pile. But if some of it did, take that and leave the rest. I want to thank you for being here, and I hope you come back to see me soon. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Hey there, pile two. You guys are the ones that chose the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. It's a very pretty deck. Okay, so today we're doing some energy check-ins to get you guys some advice about career. If you're thinking about changing a career or starting a new project, whatever. Just taking a look down your path to see what lights come up for you. Pile two, thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome. I'm the Divine Comedian. Please subscribe so you know when I post more videos. I post all kinds of videos. I'm a Sagittarius, so I like to switch it up a little bit. This is a new, venture for me also. I just started this channel and I just started using, my energy in connection with my guides with tarot and oracle decks because I'm a medium. So it's good for me to be able to use my energy in different ways. Okay, so first card up, and this is funny. This is funny. This is funny. Actually, no, the first pile had the Fool up, but the first card that came out in tarot was the Magician, and here we have Magician and the Mirror coming out. I mean, they're probably not related, but I take that as some sort of connection here. So maybe you might want to go back and watch pile one if you feel called to. Community. Number 7, this would be like, the Three of Cups in tarot. We have the garden and the gates. Okay, so let's start there. Now, I want to give you guys the most accurate. To remember all of these oracle card meanings, I'm sure would probably take me a very long time. So I am going to be reading from the book, and then I'm going to, help you out with, interpretations of what these mean. Okay, so Spirit, take me to 53, please. That's all at the end of the book. Here we go. Okay, so Magician and the Mirror. Knowing and using your true power. This card represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand, sorry, I need to turn the page. In the Magician's left hand, the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin and the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang. That's my cat's name. Bringing direction and creativity. Together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, You are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mist of the future will clear into brilliant reality. Okay. So I don't think give any more clear, of that. But yes, what this card is basically saying is that when you put a thought out there, or you put an idea out there into the world of something that you want, it comes back to you, and it will manifest in some way, and you will know. Um, yeah, hold on, let me think. Hmm, how do I put this? So, in other words, this card is basically saying be the director of your own destiny. You know, don't let other people, kind of tell you what you need to do in life. You're the director, what you want. Don't let other people tell you what you want. You direct what you want. You are the one that can manifest your goals and your dreams and make them happen. That's basically what this card is telling you. And even if you're going through a tough time with something, or having some difficulties, deciding, what do I do, how do I do this, I can't do this, or this obstacle's in the way, or that obstacle's in the way, it will be cleared as long as you will it to. That's what magicians do. They will things. Let's go all the way to the beginning of the book to number 7. Connection with kindred spirits. This card shows 3 women celebrating, sharing ideas, and supportive energy. The lights in the picture represent your ever-present spirit community as well. So these are your guides that help. This is definitely directed to this also, because it could mean physical friendship, like your physical community friends, or it means your spirit guides that will help bring into your life what you want, and also help you to clear things on their end so that what you want can come to you faster. This card appears upright. It indicates as an association of some kind. It may be a casual connection of like minded people, joining a club or community of some sort, or even a business partnership consisting of 3 or more entities. The time is right. The time is right to make such new connections and to share intentions, whether they're personal or professional. Networking and community are important parts of the human experience, and the security and sense of connection can be beneficial to all. It's true that when several people join their intention, it accelerates their power in the energetic realm. Yes, the power of 3. Receiving this card puts you on notice that the universe is sending some beneficial alliances your way. Like the Happily Family card, this could also indicate a party or celebration of some kind. Okay, so yes, definitely. Especially when you're looking to start a new business, or you're starting to get into a new career, or looking to go down a new path, finding a good community that you can collaborate with or work with, is definitely very beneficial, especially if they share the same vision and they share the same goal. The power of 3 is extremely powerful when 3 minds have the same thing. I mean, it's just going to come that much faster to you. So use this opportunity as being a magician to think about what type of community, what type of people you would like to work with. Visualize them. How do they dress? Where do they live? Not that, I mean, like that kind of stuff doesn't matter, but this way they become easier to recognize when they appear to you in the physical realm, right? So, kind of, where would these people live? Where would they come from? What type of school would they have gone to? Use your imagination that way, because your guides are going to lead you down that path to find those people, by allowing you to put those pieces together in your head of what type of people, if you choose to. It may be something where you can't work with other people. So now you need to visualize yourself, as 3 people, actually, especially if somebody has a very, busy life, where you're a wife, you're a mother, and you're also working on your career. This community card also speaks to the several different roles that people play, or a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, a businessman, whatever. We have these roles that we play in life, that we have to do in life. Actually, I think, a mother, a wife, kind of, well, no, it's not the same thing. Totally different. But yeah, so, yeah. All right. Let's go to number 30. Okay. So this card is called the Garden and the Gate. Abundant prosperity, staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blooming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time. But be aware, the choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by habit or fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from karmic path or from living your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. Okay. So I feel like this card is also saying um, some of us often, when we're setting out on a new journey to do something with our career and our life, whether it be making a job change or taking on a hobby or something as like a full-time venture or starting a new business, whatever it is. Sometimes I feel from this that, I mean, I've felt this way also in my own personal life, but there's a fear of success, and also, and part of that fear, because this girl is in this, she's in this beautiful garden, she's got the key around her neck, the gate is locked, you're not showing people who you are and your talents because you're afraid of being successful, or maybe you're even afraid of something coming in to ruin it, because she's looking out there in the unknown. There's nothing out there. She can't, she's living within the beauty, but the rest of the world is, is like a mystery. What's out there, what could come charging through that gate at any time. But also look at how small the gate is. Anything can come walking over there, if they wanted to. Anyone could just jump right over that gate. So why be afraid? You can't control, what other people do, but you can control what you do because you have the key. I feel like this card also speaks to fear of success, fear of people not liking what you have to offer. But that's a risk that you need to take. You need to let your spirit roam. It's a risk that, yeah, it's definitely a risk that you need to take. Okay. So that's kind of what's going on here now. And let's see what the bridging energy is going to be for the future. And then I'm going to pull some tarot for you guys. Confirmation. The phone went off. Walking away. Door to personal healing and happiness. More doors. Lots of doors, gates. What's going on? Somebody's leaving something. And woman holding a heart. Sorry. All right, I'm back. Just wanted to shut that off because my cell phone has a habit of going off every 2 seconds if I don't pay attention to it. Okay, so number 27. Yeah, this is about letting go and moving on. This card shows someone walking away from an existing situation. She is closing the gate behind her and is walking away into a misty, unknown future, right? This little girl has now become a woman who's setting herself out of that gate and walking away. This card reveals that it could be time for you to make a similar decision. There may be something that you're finished with, perhaps a career goal, a relationship, or a long term experience of any kind. So take that as that resonates. The familiarity of the situation may be enticing, but you're now ready to look at your options on the road, on the open road ahead. In reality, an important new beginning is at hand. This card also indicates that now would be a good time to let go of an old habit, emotional pattern, or false belief. Right, again, fear of success, that false belief that you may have about that. No matter how deeply ingrained a negative pattern may be, you now have the power to release it and move on to a freer, healthier way of thinking and relating to yourself and others. Whether it's in the inner or outer world, this card is telling you that you have the readiness and resources to walk away from the old and move forward now. So, first card out, right into the bridging energy of what's going to lead to the future, is talking about walking away. So, this little girl, this grown woman is in a garden also. Okay, this little girl has grown up now to be the woman who's strong enough to walk away from whatever it was that was holding her back, or to release herself out into the world. If it's not about walking, to release herself out in the world, she's not scared anymore. That gate is closed. It's not opening again. Okay? Letting go of those fears and old habit beliefs that you can't do it. I'm not good enough. I can't go anywhere. It's not gonna work out for me. You need to let that go and walk away from that. So we can get to the door to personal healing and happiness. 34, new beginnings in your personal life. This card is a harbinger of positive change. The beautiful light-filled door opens into a lush rainbow-lit spring filled with vibrant lotus flowers. Whether you're working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction, or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results. So make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expectations. Right. So you're steady walking away, you're going through this new door, you know, it's Oracle's telling you to stay optimistic about your choices and your chances of life, because the door to happiness is opening. So you're closing a gate and you're walking through a new doorway. And if listen, sometimes personal relationships, friendships, love relationships do get in the way of things that we want to do in life. And sometimes, because those relationships, when you're so boggled down with things, um, and these thoughts of, well, if I walk away, I'm going to feel horrible, and how do I just move, and how do I just go to a different place? I have this relationship going here. It's saying, even though you're walking away from something or thinking about walking away from something, stay optimistic about it, because the more you stay optimistic, the faster this door to personal healing and happiness is going to open for you. Sometimes those thoughts of being in a relationship, it brings us down, especially when we're thinking about it makes us still. Well, I can't take this job in another state because I'm in a relationship with this person. And even though we know it's not working out and it's kind of holding us back, that fear of success, fear of, rejections, fear of a lot of things. All right, 44. Women holding a heart. Female dealing with family, love, or emotions. The woman on this card wears a butterfly in her hair and holds a lovely, large heart in her hands. For a woman, this card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion and receptivity for love, or it might be a message that your family issues are going to resolve, okay? You're an intuitive woman who understands the emotions of life, and you're bringing that awareness to all that you do. This card could also indicate the presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with issues of love, family, or emotions. This is an even tempered and caring person who resonates with you and your emotions. This could also portend a new love interest or friend coming your way. Okay, so for those of you, because I'm thinking that some of you have a fear of change, we're getting that type of emotional energy here with group 2. So So if you are having to face a breakup, or if you're, going through that career change, or you're afraid to do something that's going to bring you success and abundance, and you're kind of stuck in the thoughts of, oh, I got to end this relationship. I have to really, totally set myself free. This is letting you know that there's going to be someone coming into your life that's going to help you, and they're going to be emotionally supportive, whether that be a friend or a lover. That's basically what that's saying. So your heart is going to be healed from whatever situation you're walking away from. So whether it's a job that you're walking away from and you're going to start something new, there is going to be someone here once you go through that door to personal healing and happiness, and you're healing through this, that's going to help you. On the other side of all of this is this beautiful woman, this caring person that's gonna be there to catch you and to help you. Okay, and that goes for male or female. It doesn't matter. It's the energy is energy, and that's what I'm getting from that. All right, so let's get some cards for the future. How is this all going to come together for pile two? Oh, this is the first card that just jumped right out. I didn't even shuffle; it just popped right out. The thinking man. Sometimes these career readings and stuff like that, even though they're meant to be career, there's for some reason they always sometimes they talk about love, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so number 46, thinking man, which is right next door to, okay, so male of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is thoughtful and reflective, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. This person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. The card is telling you to pay attention for this could lead to great strides in personal or professional growth. This man may also be a love interest coming your way. What do I say? Or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. Okay, so once you close these doors and you set out on this path, because this is like talking about community, so you may have a female or a male coming your way to help you, a teacher that's going to help you with your emotions. They're going to put you on the path to, the right direction of healing, financial abundance, really helping you and leading the way. So look out for this person in the physical world. All right. It could be somebody that you're, but it's someone that's going to come into your physical life. You may meet this person at a conference. You may meet this person just randomly having a conversation. Spirit saying something has to do with coffee. And I know that that's cliche. And I know that, you meet somebody in a coffee shop, blah, 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 but it could happen. Starbucks, wherever. You're just sitting there one day and someone says, hey, excuse me, can I sit here? And you guys start talking. But it could also be a love interest also. It could also mean that too. Where, maybe this person starts off as somebody who's kind of like a mentor, like a teacher, and it turns into something else. Okay. And that's both for male and female, because I'm getting both male, both 44 and 46, both male and female. So if you're a guy watching this, just know there's a woman coming in your life. If you're a woman watching this, a male coming in your life, or however you want to take it. Like I said, energy is energy. All right. 37, we've got an angel here for you, telling you lots of healing, lots of community, lots of support in this read. I like this. There's going to be lots of support for you, whatever decision you choose to make. Okay, third chakra, Archangel Camuel, emotions of desire, life force, and energy. The powerful Archangel Camuel is holding a beautiful spear of golden light in the solar plexus, which is the location of, turn the page, of your third chakra and the center of your life force energy. The issues here resolve around emotions of desire and your personal energy. When the card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move toward the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. Okay, so after you've gone through this personal healing, okay, I mean, it can't get any more clear. I wish I could. I'm turning this over because there's a surprise coming for you. Okay, you've been looking at it the whole time, but I'm just gonna turn it over because there's a surprise coming. Okay, so after you've met these people, these teachers, and you've gone through this healing, you're gonna have more motivation than ever to move forward towards your goal. You're gonna be healed. You're gonna feel complete, and you're gonna be going for it. Okay, you're gonna be going for your 10 of Cups, your happiness here. 31. Okay. Whether it be relationship, career, whatever, take it how it resonates. New beginnings in finance or career. Here we go. This card, I mean, these cards were like, this is like beautiful. This card shows a door with a golden coin on it, opening to a place that's filled with light and bright potential. Money, coins, and jewels fly towards you through the open door, revealing a golden city beyond. Oh, duck, you got jewels and coins flying at you through a door. Look out. All of this points to the potential for exciting new beginnings or expansions where work or money are concerned. Perhaps a new opportunity is totally expected, or perhaps it's something you've been working toward for quite a while. Either way, keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life. Know that anything you value may be open to you now. Remain conscious and creative and get ready to step through the door. Put them shoes on, girl. Look at that. Look at all this. Look at all of that. Look at this. This is what this leads to. What you manifest, what you're manifesting, what you want is going to appear after you walk away. Let go. Let go of whatever fears you were holding on to, right? What you've been thinking about is gonna come true. It's gonna manifest. It's gonna lead you. Don't be afraid to walk down that path. Once you take that leap of faith, you secure yourself within, a community of like-minded individuals that you feel safe and comfortable in, that allow you to open up these gates, this garden, to be able to walk away from whatever doesn't serve you in your life. There's going to be people there that are going to help you. You're not alone. You are not alone in this. You got an angel on your side. You got the magician on the side. You're not going to be alone in this. It's not going to be a dark path. I feel like some of you might be thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be alone." Even if you break up with somebody, you may feel alone, but there's somebody waiting for you on the other side. Those are some beautiful cards. Wow. All right. Let's pull 3 tarot cards. Let's see what they have to say before I let you go. That was very beautiful. The first read was nice also, but it was a little heavy. But this one was very light and just very complete. Like bam. Okay, actually that appeared in the reverse. So the Queen of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse can be a very manipulative, abusive person. So that could speak to the reason why you may be looking to get out of something. Yeah, addiction, smothering person, insecure person. I don't think that's you. I think that if somebody's looking to, break up with, and when you're dealing with insecure people, they don't want to see you be successful because they're not secure in themselves or what they're doing. Yeah. I knew it. You're shaking out that 3 of Swords. So I don't know if there was maybe somebody got caught cheating, um, third party type thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. How do I put this? So yeah, in the future, this year, let's just get to this right here. You're ready to act. Okay, like you said, like your last, because you're going to be healing. Look at the yellow, and that's the same bright color of the solar plexus chakra from, for Archangel Camuel. Okay, that this is the solar plexus that needs to heal that part. That's what it was talking about. But this is telling me that you are going to be moving on from all the stress and anxiety, from whatever this was. Okay, physical healing after loss. You're going to heal from this heartbreak. You even got the community card, the other one. That to me is also, you know, Three of Cups, Three of Swords. Maybe there was a third party situation that you're healing from, you're moving on from. I'm not sure. Take it as it resonates. But either way, these swords are upside down. They're falling out of your heart. You're going to get over that. You're moving on from that. Yeah, because you had this Queen of Swords in reverse here. You know, let me just pull another card. Moving on. I just want to make sure we're good here. I want you to really see whatever it is you need to heal from. Whoever's watching it, you're gonna have the power to do that. Yeah. Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah. It's about, yeah, this is I mean, I can keep going with this, but it's about a breakup, you know, something you didn't see coming. Maybe it's a breakup of a relationship, or it's a breakup of you know, these, you know, breakup of a relationship, or a breakup of a, you know, a business that you started with somebody that just wasn't you know, working out, and you're moving on from that situation. But either way, your cards are telling you you're moving on from this. And we already know from the oracle, we're moving on to success, we're moving on to abundance, we're moving on to new relationships, moving on to a healed heart, moving on to all that. Okay. Yes, we are. Okay, so pile two, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. I hope that it made sense to you. I hope it gave you inspiration and motivation to seek out whatever path you'd like to go down. And just know that you're going to heal from this. You're going to be fine. So even if you need to come back in like a week, 2 weeks, a month, or whatever, and check out what other videos I have here, but also come back and revisit this one. So you know, when you need motivation or you need some advice, it's here waiting for you. That's why I'm building this channel. So thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day. I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye. Hey there, pile three. You guys are the ones that picked the Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. Is that, do I have it? No, do I? No, that's Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. I love this. This is a new Oracle deck that I got. I love this one. It's beautiful. It gives a beautiful message. I mean, all of my Oracle decks are beautiful, but this one particularly, I feel definitely gives some really just beautiful imagery and just really nice. I mean, just look at the way this teacup is with the rainbow. I love it. It's just, there's so much detail and just so much beauty. So let's see what's going on. Um, yeah, let's get you some advice for your career path. Let's see what's going on. And they're also so easy to shuffle. I mean, the cards just, you know, slide through each other like butter, really giving you a nice mix. I'm talking about butter. I'm hungry. I didn't eat breakfast yet. I got up very early this morning, and I was just called to do this read about, you know, some career and some advice energy for my people out there. So let's see what they have to say. This one wanted to jump out. Oh, I got something. Body and Soul came out first. Awakening Genius. I'm going to take them as they flip out. And the Lands Beyonds. Okay, so right away, so this deck has a lot of energy, and when it wants to speak with its cards, it speaks. Okay, so number 5. Oh, the card right before movement. Okay, Body and Soul. Let's see what's going on right now. Taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package, body not separate from soul, centered in your sense of self, comfortable in your body, your authentic identity, physical beauty. Extreme self-care is called for when you receive this card. Answer truthfully. Are you taking care of yourself? Your first choice may be to take care for others before meeting your own needs. Check in with yourself. Are you experiencing halts, hunger, anger, loneliness, tiredness? I like that. I'm gonna claim that for myself. This card is a signal that it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you, because you are worthy of care. I will repeat that. You are worthy of care. What simple things require your attention so you can function optimally in your world and live your best life, a day at a time? Another message that this card holds is about how you live with authenticity. Can you be at ease within yourself? You doing you with pride and self-worth? Remember, you are a soul that manifests through a body, a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you are here on purpose, even if there are days when you wonder about that. There is an intentionally there is an intentionally to your being here now. Intentionality to you being here now, just the way you are. In this time in our collective story, you being here is important, for you are a precious being with a purpose, even if it seems elusive some days. Just know that life loves you. With that in mind, your job is to do your part to make your experience a healthy one. How you nourish your body, mind, and soul is directly related to how you experience your life. It's time to put yourself first, then everything will fall beautifully into place. Hmm. I feel like I just got like a tongue lashing from my mother about taking care of myself. I mean, how many times do we have to hear that message before it sinks in sometimes about, neglecting our needs and putting our needs last, for other people, which I understand. There's a lot of mothers out there that are working that have to take care of children. There's a lot of fathers out there that are working that have to take care of children, their family and spouses and friends. And we just have, so many things. But, you know, what when I think about this, and the message that Spirit really wants to give you is, if you need to take a moment and make a list of things that don't need your attention, that are taking your time away from you. Whether it be social media, whether it be games, whether, some of the things that we think that, are actually giving us a break are taking away our time and taking away our focus from ourselves. So, when you get on there and you play whatever games you play on your phone, you go on social media and you scroll through other things and you watch these, you know, um, videos and stuff like this, about like just silly stuff, just, TikTok videos for hours and hours and hours on end, just silly stuff that take away our time that you could be doing to take care of yourself, doing, 10 squats, 10 jumping jacks, if, or looking up a new healthy recipe for you to make for dinner that night, or making a doctor's appointment for yourself, or, just going to get your blood drawn to just make sure that everything is okay. If you and what I want you to do here, um, besides, doing this, I am a holistic nutritionist, so I am going to step in here, a little bit, because I do, work within that field. I am going to say, because this is something that I teach my clients, because a lot of people don't realize how much time they waste when they tell me, "Oh, I don't have time to do recipes. I don't have time to, to work out." I say, "Okay, well, I want you to time yourself." And I get real, and I'm getting real right now. It's coming out. I'm getting real. I want you to time yourself and write down and record how much time in the day that you waste doing things that you don't need to do. And I'm talking about, the games, the videos, social media, all that stuff. And I want you to add those minutes, or how hours, however long, because it's realistic, some of you hours that you have at the end of the week. Somebody actually told me that they had like 10 hours at the end of the week that they wasted. 10 hours. We only have 24 hours in a day. So that means for 10 hours. And I'm like, do you realize that's all I'm asking you to do, or most people are asking, is 15, 20 minutes a day to exercise? How much this simple, because I time everything that I do so I can show them, oh, this simple eggplant recipe took me 10 minutes to prepare and it took a half an hour to cook. But yet you wasted 10 minutes on something else, and we're here looking at our health. So this card is telling you to take care of yourself and define time, because a lot of people brush that off saying, "I don't have time." You do. Time is all you have, really. It just depends on how you choose to use it. Can't move forward in life towards a new direction in life if we're sick, right? Self-care, self-love. Awakening Genius. Oh, I like this card. Let's see what's up with that. Spirit, take me to page 29. Okay. Awakening Genius. Hmm. The spirit of creative expression, bringing forth new information, birthing, knowing that your ideas matter. The ancient Greeks believed that each person had a specific genius that acted like a spirit guide, inspiring you with new ideas to further your evaluation as an individual as well as the further your evolution as an individual as well as the evolution of all humanity. You could say that genius is the spirit of creative expression, and when you tune into it, amazing things happen. When your genius awakens, you realize you do not have to do everything yourself. You have an inspired, dedicated, wise helper on your side. Yes, awesome. Today, you can imagine cultivating a playful relationship with this extraordinary spirit. If you can, you'll recognize that you don't have to solve every problem with only the knowledge, memories, and experiences you already have occurred. Your intellect, in this case, serves as a channel for the spirit of genius, and it can filter in new information. How you forge this connection is to get out of your own way and simply allow it to work through you. The word genius comes from the Latin genere, meaning to birth forth or to bring forth or birth. And I did not know that. And shares the same root as the word generate. You are at this moment about to give birth to a new mode of expression and a powerful one at that. Commit to partnering with your genius, and only deep satisfaction and success will result. Today is a day when your inspired ideas matter. Perfect. Perfect. You now have this now best friends that is going to be in your minds, channeling through you, reminding you to take care of yourself and to focus and work on your creative projects. And through self-care, a lot of people, when they sit still, they relax, they focus, they meditate, these geniuses are able to come in. Perfect. 40. Spirit, take me to page 40, please. Take me to 41. I said 40. You reminded me the 41's coming, Spirit. Okay, thank you. I just turned 40. Okay, the land between. Ooh, I like that. Being between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, a time of waiting and evolve in gray areas, something essential yet still in development, metamorphosis. But your genius is coming in to help you with that. So don't worry. You're in a process of change. You know that you were called to do it and can no longer be who you were. But you aren't sure what the next experience of life will be. You are in between what was and what could be in a pupal stage, like during the metamorphosis of the caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you can't just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past. Even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new, you must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to know yourself better? The process in between worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you can't go any faster. This is the real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be part of you. Then whatever was set in motion comes to life. This is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between, for that is where you were reborn. Right? So moving on from this person that doesn't care, that isn't taking care of themselves, that's wasting time, that's not focusing on their goals and aspirations, right? We have this genius that's coming in to help you guide, to help guide you down your path. So let's see where that path takes us, because this is what's going on now. And I want the bridging energy will be the next three cards. It's going to lead us to our next three cards, which is a peek into the future outcome of what's going to happen. So let's get those three cards. Spirit, please. Thank you. There we go. Divine Matrix. Oh, Spirit is just picking cards for me today. Yep. Which one? Which? Okay. He wants me to put this one here and the Royal U. I love it. Just picking cards for me today. Thank you, Spirit. You make my job so easy. See how nice it is to have a genius, an awakening genius by you? It's beautiful. Yeah, it's very nice to have. Oh, yeah. Very nice. You're welcome. Okay. The realm of spirit, no, here we go, it's about spirit. The knowledge we are all divine beings, part of a tapestry weaving our dreams into the fabric of reality. Synchronicity, learning to trust the way things unfold, right? Do you ever wonder how synchronicities have come together? These meaningful coincidences move life forward in ways we might not understand at the time. We can get trapped in the idea that the world is a place of separate parts with space in between. Oh, here we go. That space between, that land between. Synchronicity, pay attention. There's a message in here for you. Because the true quantum spiritual nature of reality can be confusing. Imagine that everything possible under the sun is waiting to be claimed. You are not separate from what you desire to manifest. Everything is intrinsically connected within a vast living web of life, a divine matrix. Even that which you have not yet observed as part of your life experience is still connected to you. It remains dormant until you choose it. Life operates on life's terms as well. You don't live in a vacuum. You are surrounded by a multitude of realities that were brought to life by others. Hmm. Wow. That just like smacked me in the brain. These can surely affect you if you allow them to, but as you thread your luminous life force, your courageous dream is part of the tapestry of life. You're being invited to be conscious of the pattern you are weaving. It is amazing to know you have such power inherent in you. Just being alive, you will see evidence of the truth of this divine matrix today. It is in you. What you do matters. All manner of miracles are waiting for you to lay claim to them. Ready? So, this is calling you to step into this metamorphosis, this cocoon, to weave the web of your dreams. This is telling you you're living amongst the reality of what everything has created. Everything. Think just not even just the people around you, just literally everything. That's what's so mind-blowing about the matrix is everything that we're looking at here, everything that we live, everything we wear, touch, smell was created by someone else. So what are you creating? You have a choice in your life. You create what you want. You create your own reality. You're gonna have help. Wow. That just blows my mind. Okay. Let's move on to number 17. Thank you, Spirit, for taking a minute quickly. The storyteller. Like that. Identity, positive self definition, teaching others how to treat you through stories you tell about who you are. Do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents and a story unique to you and your experience. In fact, your destiny can be found in the way you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. If there's anything in your life you want to change, then it's time to adjust the story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you are too self deprecating or apologetic about how you shine. Wow. Minimizing your power so others will accept you. Perhaps the way you voice your expectation diminishes your ability to succeed, or or you are too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behavior towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize what story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you could connect to your true power as a co creator of your reality? The story originates in your mind, how you think, your conditioning and past experiences, how you view the world, and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell a new tale and weave more blessings into the world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon the outer world will tell the same story back to you. Listen, I know that some people will say, don't talk about your happiness, don't talk about your abundance, don't talk about anything because people will be jealous, people will turn the evil eye on you. People do. Listen, you have a genius, a spirit guide that's going to be stepping in here to help you. And sometimes when you really glow in your life, you may have haters. Listen, because those people are not, they haven't been blessed with the light. They haven't cocooned. They haven't weaved their own magic. They're still living in the illusion that they have to pick what other people put on the shelves of their life to surround themselves with. But you know different. So don't be afraid. Don't dull yourself down. Don't. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I'm going to step into holistic nutritionist mode too. I work with people that have had weight loss surgery. that have basically, dropped a lot of weight right in front of, people's faces. And sometimes, people will come up to them and say, hey, wow, you look great. You look amazing. You look beautiful. You look radiant. You look shy. And then they'll self-deprecate and say, well, I wanted to lose more weight, or, oh, well, I didn't go to the gym this week, or, oh, well. And it's like, well, okay, so that person is now building an image in your head. They're dropping the beautiful part, because now you're basically saying, well, yes, I look beautiful too, but I'm taking the steps to not be so beautiful, quote unquote. Not that not going to the gym or gaining weight is going to make you any more, make you less beautiful, but you had a goal to lose weight, and this person is acknowledging that you did that and you look good because you're achieving that goal, and you're self-deprecating, right? You're dulling your shine down, or you win an award or something like that, or you get a promotion at work and you say, oh, well, you deserved it too, or, oh, no, don't do that anymore. That's what it's saying. So if you're shining bright like a diamond, keep doing that. And if somebody comes up to you and they say, hey, wow, you really did good, thank you. Thank you. And know to yourself inside, feel, I deserved it, because I am the master of my own reality, and I created this. I manifested it. I wished for it. The universe gave it to me, allowed it to happen and weave into my life because I created, I willed it to be there. So thank you. Understand that nobody gives you anything. It seems as if they're giving you something. It seems it. But if you really go within, you think about it, you wrote that somewhere. It's part of your story. You wrote that in there and it came to you. You turned the page, boom, there it was. That's why you don't have to feel guilty about, success or shining, or, people being jealous or envious. Oh, right next door, our neighbor. Card number 16. Synchronicities. Pay attention to that. Let's see what we have. We have 20. 20. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. All right. The royal you. Love it. Sovereignty, responsibility, self-confidence, self-rule, ownership of your feelings and actions, a quiet sense of empowerment, being self-aware, not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth. Snap. Bam. Hello. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold to your inner sense of worth and integrity. Secure in your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are, and that nothing outside you can challenge your authentic self. The hard-won seat of awareness that you have earned. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are you consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? Is it important? It is important now to keep your focus on what is right and good for you as well as others. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, you can speak up and set your boundaries with grace and surety. Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles, so stay out of unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your worth. It is the mark of a true sovereign. Absolutely. Right? So this is saying, basically be the ruler of your own kingdom, the royal you. Be the ruler of your own kingdom. Pick your battles. If someone's coming at you, with, oh, hey, you're too bright, or coming at you hate and comment and, saying all these things, don't let it bow you out from your path. And don't dull your light for anybody else to come trampling all over you or to take your seat. This is calling for you to rise up. Take the seat in the throne of the life that you want, the career you want, the relationship you want, the extra, whatever you want. Projects, creativity, something. I feel, yeah. All right, so that's the bridging energy here that's taking us there. Now let's take a look into the future. Just move these up a little bit just to make some room. Tall tale. Got a little Pinocchio up there. This one's poking out. We'll take this one. Great big love and feeling the world. So let's break into these cards and see what's up with them. Let's see what they have to say. What is that? Spirit, take me to 35. Spirit's like, you wish I could take you back to 35. You just turned 40. Don't mind me. I'm going to stop. Ooh, denying, concealing the truth so you can manipulate and control a situation. Fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind, not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words, learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. You or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded. When you lie, you get high in an illusory sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by the fear of exposure, but something makes you stick to your story even though you know it has no substance. Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. Then there is the lie put forth while in denial, such as hiding an active addiction. In this scenario, we may believe our own lies. The tall tale, the white lie, the stretching of the truth, and the blatant fabrication are all about control. The desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. Today, ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability your lie is exposing yourself and others. Transparency is required to get to where you need to go, to be truly empowered to reveal the strength of what is true and authentic. Any other path leads to a dead end. Remember the saying, the truth will set you free, and you get ready to fly unfettered. Okay, so for some of you, take that as that resonates. Okay, if you're out there kind of telling lies to people about something and you really like the high or something, if you can't tell the truth to other people, at least tell the truth to yourself. um but I also feel like this is also speaks to about dulling your light down so that other people can't see who you are. And that is in essence like wearing a mask and kind of like living not living a lie, but just not being as authentic as you can be when presenting yourself out there into the world. Okay, so if you're somebody who's really good at playing tennis, and you're playing someone else that's kind of sort of good, and that this person really 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 wants to be good and you don't want to outshine them, you're not being authentic to that person. You're not being authentic to yourself, because when you do that, it influences other people, because then it's like, and then you're going to come out and you're going to be like, well, I'm an awesome tennis player and I just beat you 15 times, and that person has been working so hard when they actually could have learned from you. Use that motivation to win against you, to learn from you so that they could be better. So that's what's good about being authentic and always telling the truth about who we are, because there's lessons to be learned from every person that we meet, including yourself. Okay? Great big love. Great big love. Not a great love, a great big love. Love without conditions, romantic love, and how that experience changes you. Deep and profound harmonious connections, soulmates. Love heals all wounds, begins all life. It sustains you when you are starving for grace, when you stumble and fall, and when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to the limited perspectives of the ego. Now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. There's a heightened sense of awareness in the beginning stages of a relationship when nothing else matters but who is in front of you. You see them, you see yourself in them, and you move in sync with the cadence of your hearts. You surrender to the magic you share and engage in a harmonious dance that is seamless in its movements, rising and falling with each moment, each breath. Although this card may portend such an intimate connection, you don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. You're being invited now to explore love in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions, without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life, what you do, and how you contribute to the world? Today, invite love with a capital L into your inquiry. You will be amazed at your very question may be changed as a result. Love is the strength you need today, the lens you must look through to find the truth and your way. Love is the way, the only way, and the only answer, right? So we had this body and soul here talking about self-love and self-care, right? you know. So sometimes our, you know, our value, I mean, for some of you it could mean that, you know, you're you're not being as authentic and truthful in a relationship that you might be in, and maybe you're leading this person to believe that, you know, one thing is, and where it's kind of not, or maybe you're being led to think that way about a relationship, and that could be with work or it could be with a personal love relationship, you know. So take that as that resonates. Yeah, you know, can you love things just the way they are, or does everything have to be perfect? And for me, this is also saying that, you know, not everything has to be perfect and in place in order for you to move forward in your life. It's okay to have some things that aren't finished yet. It's okay to have some, you know, some blemishes or scars or some things that you need to clear up, as in the inauthenticities, before, you know, moving forward. Because the next card we have, I believe, definitely sums everything up. Number 13, feeling the world. Yes. Okay. Sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world, and a broader perception, empathy, overload, and overwhelm. Empathy reminds you that you are not alone. It is a beautiful capacity to feel the connectivity all around you, giving you a profound sense of belonging, a broader experience of being part of the larger world. That said, it can also be overwhelming, especially when you don't know where you end and the rest of the world begins. Now is the time to be clear about your boundaries. Ask yourself whose energy you've turned into. Whose energy you've turned into. You might find it's not even yours. If you are feeling off or drained when you're with someone, they may be siphoning your energy. In such an instance, this connection is not good for you, no matter how charismatic the person is or how attracted to them you feel. Do not mistake codependency for closeness or allow your boundaries to become too porous. Trust your instincts and take care of you. Practice saying no. Avoid the temptation to turn off and go numb. Instead, be present. Somewhere in the middle of this feeling spectrum is where the magic is. You're also being asked now to be aware of how your words and actions may affect others. While it's not your job to determine how someone will respond to you, discernment is necessary. Be firm yet kind. Keep in mind that people pleasing will not give you what you truly need. That said, your empathy is beautiful and important. It just has to be balanced in order for you to access its wondrous gifts. Today, celebrate the beauty of your sensitivity and that of others. Okay, so now I am getting the energy of someone who is a boss, someone who owns a business, someone who's a boss, someone who is constantly going around trying to please everybody, trying to do everything for the greater good and not taking care of themselves and not seeing how they fit into the scheme of things as a person because they have so much responsibility. Yeah. So if you're thinking about, you know, a different type of path or a different type of restructuring, I think you need to take a time out, take a, you know, a break from a little bit into this world, go into this, you know, cocoon type of phase, okay, and see what you'd like to transform into, because maybe your old ways of doing things and not being authentic to what you truly want is, you know, kind of leading to this energy drain. Because I kind of feel like an energy drain doesn't have to be from a person. I also feel as if that energy drain can also be coming from you, where your own inner self, this is this genius here, your own inner self is telling you that what you're doing is draining you. Your own agonizing thoughts of I need to change, I need to take care of this, I need to take care of that is what's really draining all of your energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be other people that are around you, friends, family, relationships. It doesn't have to be. Maybe that's the lie that you're telling yourself, you know, that, oh, I can't do this because of this, or this person called me and I'm slow. Maybe that's the lie that you're telling yourself, that it's not really them. It could be you, because you don't have boundaries within yourself and you're letting, you know, your energy leak out of your body, you know, into other things that are frankly wasting your time. Yeah. Let's see what tarot says, because we know that, you know, hey, it's hard to face ourselves sometimes. It really is. It's hard sometimes to face that. But let's see what tarot has to say about, you know, career choice, what's going to happen. What's going on in the present, the bridging energy in the future. Okay, we got the death card came out. We got the two of cups. Yep, here we go. Here's the issue right here. Okay, so the death card is actually not a negative death card. Um, it means that that source basically coming in to let you know that they're going to be clearing things out. What was dead will now be replaced with something new that's growing. So this is the death of the old you, and the new you is going to be reborn. We have this two of cups here, which can mean a union of the self. It could also mean a union of a relationship. It could mean a reunion of a partnership between two people. So take that as that resonates, apply it to your situation however you want. But after you go through this death of the old self and you're coming out of that metamorphosis, you're leading to the two of cups. Okay. And then we have the six of cups in reverse here. Okay. So that is, living in the past, unrealistic, expectations, stuff like that. So that speaks to that's the death of all of that. Living in the past and just having these expectations of either yourself. Okay, that's gone. That's gone now. You're moving on from that. Let me just pull one more card. All of that's going to be healed because the death card is watching over all this. And I'm going to close this. This card popped out. Here we go. Yep. Six of Swords. Old Sneaky. That's what I call that card. I call that card Sneaky. Yeah. It's a necessary transition, Yeah. It's a necessary transition, leaving behind the old and going with the new. After that happens, you're letting go of all those unrealistic expectations of yourself that you're this, superwoman or man or, and you can just kind of just get through life, just telling people kind of what they want to hear. You're definitely, you're letting all of that go. The death of all of this, when you come out of that transformation is going to be healed. So you got some great cards, going forward. You just got to go through that death. You got to face some truths. You got to start listening to your inner guides, what they're telling you. You got to take better care of yourself. There's a lot of healing in this. And sometimes it's hard to move through the path of life that we want until we're healed from the things that we have. But we also, can't, waste too much time with the illusions of what other people have created. We need to start creating our own reality. So start today. Start making a list of things that, of truths that you need to face. And I'm sure by the end of today, you're going to feel so much energy being lifted off of, being put back and restored in you. Once you start really, going through those transitions and cleaning out the things in life that, aren't serving you, that you haven't faced the truth about. Okay, so I wish you luck with that. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for being here. I hope that you come back soon and visit my channel. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I am the Divine Feminian. It has been great reading for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.